What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Heart of the City, where we talk about all New York, New Jersey area teams. I'm your host, Unpopular Opinion Sports, here tonight with my co-host, Mr. Coach Ed Gladney. So tonight, we got a lot to get into. Of course, the Knicks are playing right now. We will be giving updates. I believe Sixers up by 1 at the end of the third, so we'll be giving updates on that. We're going to get into the New York Yankees. They are also playing tonight, as well as the Mets. We're going to talk about that. Going to get into the Giants, man. Giants making moves. Jets trying to make moves. We're going to talk about that. Got another hot coaches segment for you guys, as well as Coaches Corner. But before I get into it, want to say what's up to the chat. Want to say what's up to my co-host, Mr. Coach Ed, man. How you feeling tonight, Coach?
I'm good, man. I really appreciate it. Just hanging in there, taking it one step at a time. How about you? How you doing?
I'm maintaining, man. Ready to talk some New York sports. I know this Knicks game is popping right now, so we'll be getting into that here in a little bit. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe button. We got our producer, Big Pat, in the back, making the moves behind the turntable. So give a shout out to him as well. And we're going to get going, man. We going to get going. Salute for becoming a member, Mr. Big Pat Sports Talk. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. You already know. All right, man. Without further ado, I know y'all ready to talk some sports. So please tap in. Like I said, Danielbury Sports in the chat. Salute to you. As always, a loyal supporter of the show. Let's get into it, man. Let's hit the intro. Let's go Heart of the City.
Ricey K, the Raisin Man.
All right, man. Coming right back at you. And we're going to have to go around the city here in a little bit, man, because the Knicks right now have got their hands full with the Sixers. Right now, it is 92-89. So we're going to start there. Game 2, NBA playoffs. Knicks fans, where y'all at? I know we got one right here. Coach. Knicks in a battle tonight. Right now, like I said, it is 92-89. What's your thoughts on the game so far, Coach?
If you to be honest with you,
yeah.
I'm utterly disgusted with this game, and it's not because of the teams. It's because of the officiating. The officiating is for both teams. The level of calls, the way that they're calling it, and I can tell that the players are trying to adjust, and they're not consistent. They're really not. Now, Karl Anthony Towns, look, dude, you got to be smart, man. Especially when you don't have Mitchell Robinson. You know, some of his fouls are stupid. But I'm sitting and I'm watching the way that they were calling it. You know, that's why I shut it off right when we were starting, because I don't want to get into that and lose focus of here. But from what I saw, you know, the officials are really, really taking both teams, to me, really from the flow of the game. You know, now Philly, they were playing they were playing gritty and, you know, trying to mix it up and do different things. And kudos to them. You know, the Knicks, for that matter, as inconsistent that they've been, they've really been down only a couple points. It's not like a big deficit. So and the Knicks really haven't been playing great, but they haven't been playing that bad. You know, they haven't been getting out to Philly at the 3-point line. Philly was killing them with the 3-point line. Paul George, Oubre, Edgecombe, you know, those guys were killing them. So, you know, kudos to Philly for that. You know, not having Embiid there allows them to spread the court a lot more. Drummond, with his big body, was able to, in a sense, grab some rebounds that, you know, normally they wouldn't be able to, or if Mitchell Robinson was there, I think he would have gotten them, you know. So, hey, Knicks, you got to step up. The officiating overall is the biggest issue with the game, and that's for both teams. So what do you think?
Right now, just looking at the game, when you got Dominic Barlow guarding Karl Anthony Towns, you got to make that work. You know what I'm saying? You got to take advantage of that. Now, Embiid not in the game, Cat Towns should be going off.
Towns had 20 points, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
He was going off. He had 20 points.
So again, he's got 20. He's got 5 and 6. You got the 4 fouls, though, you working with. You see what I'm saying? To your point earlier, if Embiid ain't out there, what you getting all these fouls for? You know? So, like you said, it's about, you know, like this, you should not be having trouble right now with this Sixers team without Joel Embiid. But the Sixers do play different because they're playing more through their wing players and their guards. So that's what they was doing to Boston.
Exactly.
Well, that's what you see what I'm saying? And it led to Boston paying more attention to Maxey, which opened up Embiid. Right now, as you see, Maxey with 23, Edgecombe with 17. So
Paul George, was he at?
And Paul George right there with 19, Oubre exactly. 14. So they're all shooting well. They're all playing off each other, and like you said, with the officiating, the calls are going to be a little looser in the playoffs. It's always been like that in the NBA. Whenever you get to the postseason, the refs swallow the whistle a little bit more.
No, they ain't swallowing it tonight, bro. Sorry, they're not. And that's why I said for both teams, they're doing it to both teams.
So where are we at with fouls?
Hold on a sec.
So free throws.
No, I'm just looking at
the Knicks got 24. Sixers got 24 free throw attempts. The Knicks with 21, and they both made 18. So,
but if you look at the total fouls, it's 21,
20, and 17.
Exactly. These refs they're calling it tight. Yeah. They really are. So that's what I'm speaking about. It's it's taking the flow out of the game, man. It really is. There was a point in the third quarter, or the second quarter, I believe. I forget which quarter. The Knicks didn't get one foul. I'm sorry, but the Sixers didn't get one foul call until like 2 minutes left in the quarter. Everything was on the Knicks. So now I'm not saying the Knicks did not foul. They did foul, but there were some calls that were very questionable. But now the third quarter, it was the second quarter, because now once the third quarter, they started calling it more on the Sixers, and I'm like, but you're taking the flow away from the game. That you always speak to that. You always speak to that, about the flow of the game, and that's the one thing. And I can tell you, like in football, it's like you're calling all the holding calls. You're literally calling all the holding calls, which takes away from the, fan enjoyment, the players, adjusting to how you're calling it. So,
yeah, and it's a lot to do as well with a lot of these players publicly speaking out against the officials too in the media. You've seen Jaylen Brown. I seen a coach, talk about it. I believe was for the Timberwolves. So it's they got a job to do too. I'm never going to take the officiating side, because I know it could get real funky. You know what I'm saying? With some of the things these referees do, but at the same time, they either going to call it too tight or too loose. And it's up to the players to adjust, like, all right, they calling it tight this game. Let me back off a little bit.
But that's or it may be. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Or it may be, they calling it loose. I'm gonna have to play through contact. This game a lot. So,
it's just like I was saying that the players on both teams were trying to adjust, and that's what I mean. They're being inconsistent. The referees. So, I mean, there was one on Karl Anthony Towns when he got his fourth one. Hands straight up, no body contact, but the referee thought he did. I'm just like, and they ended up pulling him out, and Karl was pissed off at for pulling him out. But Brown was right, because you don't want to get him in the third quarter. You don't want him to get the fifth one, so.
Yeah. So, Embiid's out with an injury. And what is going on with Mitchell Robinson?
Illness. He's some type of illness. He's probably has like the flu or whatever, So interesting. Well, I heard about it after the pick and roll, because I didn't know about it until after that. It was like around 6:30, 6:45 when I found out.
All right. BKNYC agrees with the officiating. We shall see. Right now, Sixers just took a lead, 99-96. Yeah, man. Let's go around the city, as we'll get back to this one. Let's hit these blocks.
I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, let me. All right, let's get into this, man. So I want to start with the Giants.
New York Giants.
So I have to bring my screen up for me, brother. My share screen. There we go. All right. DJ Reader. DJ Reader signed with the Giants. Long anticipated move. New York Giants. New York Giants fans been waiting for this one, so they finally get it done, agreeing to terms with DJ Reader. So Giants get another fat body in the middle of that defense. And we're going to talk a little bit about the New York Giants a little bit later on as we get into this one. So y'all stay tuned. On to the Jets.
New York Jets.
All right. With the New York Jets, man, the Jets are still looking for that Breece Hall contract extension. Reports was that they had something on the table, and those reports were refuted by Mr. Connor Hughes. Says, looking into the Jet report, the Jets offered Breece Hall a 4-year, $60 million extension. Sources on both ends of the negotiation insist that was never on the table. Hall and the Jets would like to get something done. I expect them to re-engage soon to try to find common ground. That specific deal, though, was not presented, they say. So remember, the Jets, Breece Hall is playing on the tag. You know, so he's under the franchise tag right now. So the Jets are gonna have to get something done to avoid, any type of distraction or anything like that going into their season. Do want to talk a little bit more about the Jets later on, so y'all stay tuned for that. Let's go Yanks.
New York Yankees.
All right, Yanks down right now 6-1 against the Rangers. In the 8th inning. Yankees pitching Will Warren, giving up 6 and 4 innings, 6 runs, 7 hits. So bit of a struggle here tonight for the Yankees, but otherwise they have been on fire. New York Yankees have been one of the hottest teams in baseball, but tonight, right now, down to the Rangers. We're going to get a little bit more into the Yankees a little bit later. Let's go to the Mets, check in on them.
New York Mets.
All right, Mets down 1-0 to the Colorado Rockies. Mets down 1-0 to the Colorado Rockies, and yeah, you see the record 13-22. It's been a struggle for the Mets. Tonight, let's see here. Tonight, Mets getting started here. They got Peralta on the mound for them going, so we'll see if they can get going. So far, Juan Soto with a hit and an RBI, driving in the lone Mets run. We'll keep an eye on this one a little bit later. On to the Nets. Let's see.
Brooklyn Nets.
Add this one to the stage. So, looks like the Nets are interested in Paulo Banchero. There's rumors about the Nets possibly going in and trading for the star. Of course, that trade would have to involve Michael Porter Jr. and some picks. Of course, the Nets are waiting on those ping pong balls to fall their way, hopefully, as they do have the third best odds in the draft lottery, which is Sunday, which I will be covering right here on Unpopular Opinion Sports and the Aboriginal Sports Network. So, if the Nets can get Banchero and hit that lottery, might be on to something. You might be on to something. We'll get into this topic a little bit later on. All right, let's finish it off with the hockey.
NHL.
Speaking of draft lotteries, NHL had its draft lottery, and guess who had the third best odds, y'all? The Rangers. Guess who got the 5th pick? The Rangers. So no luck for New York. Let's see where the Devils are. The Devils are 12th. Islanders are 13th. So there you have it. Toronto Maple Leafs ending up with the first overall pick. I believe these guys are hunting for what is this guy's name? Now they won't even show me. But oh yeah, Gavin McKenna. That is the prospect, Penn State left winger, Gavin McKenna. Hope I pronounced that right. But he is the one on the board that is the top prized prospect for the NHL. Finished with 15 goals, 36 assists, and 35 games for Penn State. And that is going to wrap up Around the City.
I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, man. Back to the Knicks. Knicks up right now, 103.99. So we'll keep you tapped in. Like I said, can you hear me? Oh,
I'm sorry, I was muted also anyway. So I was just saying, woo-hoo, woo-hoo.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll definitely keep an eye on that one. But I want to get into some football conversation to start this thing off with. We'll come back to basketball a little bit later as we keep an eye on the Knicks. But I'm mentioning around the city the recent addition of DJ Reader to the Giants. And so with Reader, the Giants have now signed Reader, Shelby Harris, Leaky Fontu. They have drafted Bobby Jamison Travis. And they have also have Darius Alexander as well as Roy Robinson Harris. So all that being said, a lot of Giants fans still want the general manager fired. Joe Shane has not gotten a contract extension. He is on the last deal of his contract. And so a lot of Giants fans, as you see the graphic right there, they want him fired. Should he be fired? Should general manager Joe Shane be fired despite the Giants having one of the better drafts, or some people say the best draft, at least a top 5 draft class by all accounts. And despite, the Dexter Lawrence trade and them actually getting decent value in that trade, as well as saving money. Just seen a graphic earlier on Twitter where they actually saved, I think they're paying Harris, Reader, and CC Marinoa, who they took 10th overall, paying them like 17 million where they would have paid Dexter 23. Look, man, there's a lot of smoke around this dude right here, Mr. Joe Shane. Personally, I don't believe he should be fired. Personally, I never thought he should have been fired, even before Harbaugh got here, because I never thought the disaster of the Giants was his to blame entirely. Which a lot of fans put it that way. You know, everybody in the organization shares blame for the Giants being a bad team, all the way up into the owners, who nobody wants to talk about except me. Never mind that for a second. Let's get back to Joe. Should he be fired? That is the question. And if he's fired, who do you get to replace him? That's a lot of fans don't talk about. I guess general managers fall out of thin air. I don't know. But this one, coach, I put on the docket for the night because it always gets to me that Giants fans, despite everything good that goes well with them, they find something wrong with the team and what's going on. And this guy, Joe Shane, is the target now by most fans and media. I see ESPN bringing it up. Like, should Joe Shane be fired? For what? What's he doing to get fired? But y'all talk to me in the chat. Coach, what's your thoughts, man?
I don't care either way. He gets fired, he gets fired. If he stays, he stays.
Good.
So what's up, Cave? I mean, there are some things that he's done well. There are some things, I'm sorry, he hasn't done well on. You know, so, and you can make the argument it was early and maybe he's progressed, because just like any of us, you're going to make mistakes initially, and you should learn from your mistakes. You made an argument, because I've always said the issue was coaching, you know, but you know, when I said, I said it before, I said I was sold on the marriage of the two. That's why I was saying they both should go. It wasn't one over the other. It was just that they both go. But he's here. Okay. If him and Harbaugh doing a good job, I mean, they're aligned, they're in sync. Okay, let's go. Let's build a championship caliber organization and move forward. Now, I will say this: can't leave the man hanging. You know, if you're expecting him to be here, then give him a contract and let's go. It's just like a coach. You know, you don't want that coach going to have that 1 year. Same thing with the general manager, man. And I get it. You know, he got bad grading from players, you know, within the Giants locker room. I get it. But ownership, either make a decision one way or the other. And let's stop with this, because it's going to hang over this organization's head and it's going to be a distraction. That's my biggest thing. I'm tired of the distraction. If you're going to sign him to a contract extension, sign it now. It'll cause a little heat in the beginning, but eventually it'll die down and everybody will move forward. He's here. There's nothing you can do. Let's go. But if not, get rid of him and let's go. It'll fall on Harbaugh. In the end, it doesn't matter. You can bring a de facto GM in. You can make it Brandon Brown. Did I say his name? Yeah, Brandon Brown. Whoever. But the point is, it's still going to fall on Harbaugh. And he's going to be the de facto GM, really, when you think about it. So that's my opinion. Kill me if you want.
Nah, I respect it. I
don't mean
because
in general, anybody.
Yeah, nah, because it's, you know, here's the thing. For one thing, a lot of Giants fans complain about continuity in the organization. Remember, they kept complaining about can't keep firing coaches, can't keep firing general managers. Well, you be doing the same thing here. Number two, like I mentioned, you can promote Brandon Brown, but didn't he learn from Joe Shane? Hasn't he learned?
I thought he initially learned in the Eagles organization.
He was assistant. He was not an assistant general manager with the Eagles, I don't believe.
No, what I'm saying is he learned the general manager role, and then Joe Shane contributed to help him expand. So yes, he learned from Joe Shane as well as the Eagles. That's so. Again, I'm not saying that he learned one over the other. I'm saying he learned from both.
He came from Philly. Yeah, you're correct. You know what I'm saying? But his role as an assistant general manager was under Joe Shane. So if you promote him, he's going to take a lot of the traits that he learned from Joe, because that's who he's been working under.
That's
and let's end with this. Look, man, what do you want out of your head coach? Do you want your head coach involved in these player personnel decisions all the time, heavily, like Bill Belichick was? Bill Belichick, for all he was a terrible general manager. Patriots fans will tell you that. He was not great. Missed on a lot of draft picks, questionable free agent decisions, but they won, so nobody cared. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was worried about that until Brady left, and then things started looking wonky, and everybody was looking like, well, shit, it's not really that great here. So, out he goes, and then they bring in Vrabel and Elliott Wolf, who I believe was the de facto general manager, but he didn't have no control like this situation. So again, that was kind of Bill Belichick's cover, so to speak. So I want that being said, to make a long story short, I want my coach focused on coaching and let the GM do the GMing. Now if Coach Harbaugh, has final say, that's fine. Let him have final say. But it's not him doing the actual job of the GM. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's why I bring things like this up, because I do want to clarify, and I'm glad you're here too, to help clarify some of these things for the people. You don't want your coach doing general manager stuff. Yeah, you want him to have control over the roster because he's got to coach these dudes. But as far as general manager stuff, what are we talking about? Scouting, contracts, different things like that. You know what I mean? We can go on and on and on. But that's why I say Giants fans need to back off Joe Shane just a little bit.
That's true.
Stop putting this fire Joe Shane. Will he be fired? Will he be back? Will he stay? Will he go? Leave it alone. You got what you wanted. You got Harbaugh. And I told Pat this when I think before John Harbaugh got hired. I said they're gonna bring in somebody to give Joe Shane a buffer, like Tom Coughlin did with Jerry Reese. Remember, nobody worried about Jerry Reese until Tom Coughlin got fired. Then all the emphasis was on, well, what is this guy doing? You see what I mean? Jerry Reese got to work and do his job in quiet. And they were successful at that, with Tom Coughlin being the face, answering the questions, doing the hard stuff, because he's the leader of the team. So that's how I see this going, man. But what's your thoughts on that?
No, you're making a valid argument, a very strong argument, and again, that's why I said, I could take it one way or the other, but what did I say earlier? Ownership. To be honest with you, in this, you say it all the time. You talk about ownership all the time. This falls on them, man. Extend the man and let's keep him moving. fans initially, ooh, we all do it. I'm sorry. There's not one of us, because we're fans. We're emotional. But after a while, we'll adjust and we keep moving. So either stop stringing this man along. If you want to move on from him, move on. If you want to keep him, give him the contract just like you would do a coach. You wouldn't want to go into the season with a lame duck coach. So, and in fairness, and look, I've been hard on Shane. I've been very hard on Shane, but I'm going to speak out here. It's not fair to him to leave him as a lame duck GM. So, and that's where I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, man. Totally agree. Giants, like I said, signed Reader. So they did plug that defensive tackle position right there. Going to get into a lot more of things on Giants conversation. Want to
me, sexy fatties.
I want to save the kind of the meat and potatoes of the conversation, but I do want to tap into it for our Heart of the City audience here. As the Knicks are getting ready to wrap up, we're going to get to them next. But what's your thoughts on the Reader move? And do you think the Giants do you think they're good in that spot now? How do you feel about the sexy fatties, as you say?
Reader's a good run defender, definitely. He's not a pass rusher, so I'm not delusional to think that. You're going to do certain things, scheme up certain things to get the pressure on the quarterback, but he's going to help keep teams, as I like to say, behind the sticks, and that's in second and long, third and long, because then teams are more apt to pass. So now, what do we talk about? The pass rushes that we have, which is to our benefit. So yes, he's going to help there. And again, you can do certain things. I like the depth so far. I do want to see some of the schemes and what they're trying to do, but I was just looking at the roster, and yeah, there's some good things there in terms of what we can do defensively. Now, if everybody buys in and guys are coached up right, you may have a little something there defensively. You may. So, hopefully things will go well, and the Reader signing will be the final piece to help this defense grow and gel. I will say I was surprised it was a 2-year, 12.5 when I heard his market rate was $4 million. So I was just like, ooh, but hey, that's also telling me they wanted him bad and they had competition. So they had to do what they had to do to sign him. So, and I'm not mad at it. When you want something, if you got to pay a little more, yeah, some people may not like, why you pay more? But if you go out there and there's a car that you really want and it's more than what you wanted to pay, but you really want it, you're going to pay for it, or you're going to walk away.
Think about the alternative. If he doesn't do it and DJ Reader goes to the Jets or to the 49ers or somebody, whatever team, pick a team, and people like, well, why didn't you sign him? You should have gave him the $2 extra million, yada 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 yada. So sometimes you can't win with either way you go. But I'm with you. Excellent signing. They needed it. They have depth now, and guess what? Like you said, having all those big boys up front will allow your linebackers to get in those pass rush situations that you want. And it is going to be scary for teams this year. And this is not, because we're, Giants supporters or fans or whatever you want to call them. It's because it's true. Can't block all those dudes. They're too fast. and quick for offensive linemen to block all four. And you got to think when you do stunts and twists and blitzes, and it's like, God damn, now you bring in extra dudes and they coming from all different directions. Yeah, like Chris Canty said, you might as well just line up and punt. So teams are gonna have to keep the Giants ahead of the sticks this year. I like what I'm seeing from the Giants. I've been hard on them. I have, but I'm gonna give them credit. That's why I brought this topic up with Joe Shane and the moves they've made, because you got to give them credit. You know, you got to give the man credit. If you're gonna give the man blame and you're gonna give the franchise blame when they do bad, you got to give them credit when they do good. So shout out to Joe, shout out to John Harbaugh, shout out to the Giants, man, for actually putting together a decent looking team. Now it's on paper. You got to go out there and play the games, and anything can happen. But you feel a lot more confident going into this season than probably you've had in over a decade or more, you know, with this Giants team. So kudos to the Giants. Iman Perry, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in. All right, we're gonna go. Let's get back into the Knicks. The Knicks game is done, and guess what, y'all? The Knicks have won. So 108-102, Knicks getting it done. Once again, led by your boy Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, 26 points, 6 assists. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong double-double, almost another triple-double. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. OG Anunoby continues his strong play. 24 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals on the night. Bridges chipped in with 18. And the Knicks bench not getting a huge contribution.
He played 11 people.
Right. McBride played the most. He played 21 points. 21 minutes, only had 4 points though. So you get 8 from Shamet and Clarkson and 7 from Cordy.
Philly, I don't think did much either. So
Philly doesn't play their bench often. I noticed that about them. The 3 or 4 games I've been watching them in the playoffs, they played 3 or 4 dudes, and that's what happened tonight. They played 3 dudes: Barlow, Bona, and Grimes off the bench. So speaking of the Sixers, Maxey got going tonight. He had 26, 6 assists, but 6 turnovers. 17 for Edgecombe. He had 5 turnovers. Paul George with 19. Kelly Oubre with 19. And old man Drummond off the bench with 6 points, 8 rebounds, filling in for Embiid. The Sixers kept it close, but Knicks pulled it out in the end. Knicks just too tough a team right now. They're playing well together. 45% shooting for the Sixers, 38 from 3. The Knicks once again over 50% shooting overall. Only 27 from 3 though, but they were able to hit their free throws. No Mitchell Robinson, so to speak, 21 out of 25. So Knicks able to get it done in that category. Rebounding, Edge went to the Sixers, and Knicks still leading with assists, 25-20 for Philadelphia. But Knicks up 2-0 right now. Knicks up 2-0. Shout out to Cave. Cave says, "Please don't take my job." Nah, we not doing that, brother. You already know you are resident.
I want to say this.
Content creator. But
I'm going to say this for the next game, because I'm going to be tapped in. Because number one, I had issues with Mr. Embiid with his interview the other day. I don't want to get into that because I don't want to go on my rant. But I'm hearing rumors that it could be anywhere from 55 to 60% Knicks fans in that stadium. They're already buying the secondary market tickets. So I don't know how true, but I'm going to be watching that. That's what I'm going to watch.
Think about this for a second, Coach. You from Jersey, been in New York all your life. I'm a New Yorker, man cave, so on and so forth. When you say shit like that to New Yorkers, they take that personal, bro. So we gonna make it a point to show up in your building, dude. We gonna make it a point to do that. Like, Knicks fans will pay extra just to shut and be the F up, if you know what I'm saying. Exactly. So you don't never want to give a fan fuel because you're gonna have to hear that. See, you can talk shit to a player. You might see him on the court. Fans gonna be out there in numbers, right in your face. Just like we remember, I played that clip from Isaiah Thomas with the yeah, bro. It's gonna make him feel like he gonna want to go up there and ask the fans why they doing that to him. Yeah, a train ride away. Right, BK.
And think about it. To be honest with you, it is going to be cheaper to buy tickets in Philly than it is at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
I mean, them upper decks, I think, was like $500.
The Garden is high, bro. Why you think when I go to a game, I go to the Barclays?
I ain't mad at you, bro. I get it. I get it.
Ain't no disrespect to MSG. It's legendary. I love Madison Square Garden, but it's high.
Yes, I know that. I get the business, but look, Philly is like you said, it's only a train ride away. It's trust and believe. I mean, I was in Brunswick and used to go down to Philly to see my ex-wife when she was my girl at the time, and she lived in South Jersey, and I used to ride right down to Philly, catch the train to Trenton, jump on the SEPTA, and go right into Center City, man.
Right.
It ain't nothing, man. Hour and a half from New York City. And if you really want to, you catch the Amtrak. You'll be there in 45 minutes. Man.
Right. You just gotta think how many Knicks fans live in South Jersey.
Thank you. That's why when they were like, "Oh, you gotta have a South Jersey," I'm like, dude, there's people. Come on, man. Bro. All right, whatever, man.
When people leave New York, but they still want to stay in the city, they go to Jersey. Everybody knows that.
South Jersey
go across the water to Jersey.
South Jersey is cheaper too. Yeah.
Right. And if you can't get to North Jersey, like you said, you just go a little further south. Maybe a hour ride into the city. Something like that. Yeah. Fans excuse me. Why? Because we too broke. Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Exactly what I was saying.
Why don't y'all show up?
Exactly.
That's your spot, right? Exactly, man.
We coming in your spot. You got the champagne. You got the food. Bro.
We coming in your house, taking your woman, like you said, taking their food, taking your woman, tugging her down, taking your liquor, drinking it all up, eating all your food, clogging up your toilet with
my feet on the couch.
Yeah, exactly. And then when we done, we leave, say, see you later. No clean up. Man, yeah, all right, whatever.
Facts, bro. That's where we at, bro. This heart of the city. I hit that like button, man. We ain't fucking playing, bro. And B, but it shut his mouth, man. You gonna have dudes. You gonna have New Yorkers are everywhere, man. It's a bunch of them down here in VA where I'm at. You'll have those fans from VA and DC coming on right on up to Philly to invade your spot. y'all don't have enough fans as it. The Sixers ain't no team like I say the Eagles or even the Phillies, and for y'all like the third.
No, they're
the
Flyers. I think the Flyers got more.
Yeah, bro, you ain't strong enough to be talking shit. Eagles fans, okay, they bag it up. They'll be in your face. These Sixers fans, fuck out of here. No disrespect to the bitch in the Hardcore Sports Network. Y'all ain't like that.
No, they not.
All right, man. So game 3, man. How you feeling about game 3? Before we switch gears here.
It's going to be another critical game because this now can really control the whole narrative of everything for this series. Because the reason I said to game 2 because once you've learned about Embiid, it's like you have to get game 2. Now game 3, you want to get that. You want to get one of the two to come back to New York 3-1 at worst. But game 3 right now is the focus. You want to get that one because that's going to put so much pressure on Philly. If you can go up 3-0 on them. So, I'm not saying the Knicks don't have pressure because every game is pressure filled in that manner. And you want to get that win. So that's why to me, it's, in a sense, you want to break their neck and you want to break their will. So get game 3. Get game 3. And, we'll see. So, and that's why I was saying earlier about the tickets, because I think if it is mostly New York fans, that's going to really, in a sense, mentally get to those players. Because right now, Embiid making that comment, you know what that tells me? He's worrying about the fans. He's already thinking about
in his head, right?
Thinking about the game. Just focus on the game. So right now, that tells me mentally, I'm sorry, bro. You can't handle it, man. We out here playing chess. You out there over there playing checkers, bro. Because you worrying about the fans getting all the tickets. You always in the past try and egg on fans. Well, if they in your home, come on down here and let me show you what it's like. Come in,
pulled up, bro.
I'm going to put on a show for you. You came to see me. You paid that money. I'm gonna put on a show for you. No, now you worrying about Sixers fans. Don't let them take. Man, some of them Sixers fans, and you already down 2-0. They gonna be like, let me get me some money. I ain't worrying about them. We ain't got no hope. So let me see if I can get me some money. If they pay $50 for a ticket, now you can sell it for $75. Okay. They'll be at home watching the game, so they don't care. So that's just how I see it. But yeah, game 3 right now, I want them to step on their necks. Hopefully they do that. It's gonna be tough. I think initially Philly's going to Embiid, if he's coming back, he's gonna try and step his game up. Hopefully they find a way to, well, not hopefully. I think they'll find a way to incorporate both him and Maxey to make it a little bit tougher. We just need the Knicks to, keep getting at them and, get good, clean hits, just like they do on Brunson. Get good, clean hits on him. Just like that Metcalf Bridges was not dirty. That was clean. And I had plenty of Sixers fans who all said the same thing. They was like, no, that's clean.
Yeah, it wasn't a dirty play. Nah. Just he's a fragile dude, man. Yes. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
And let me say this, yo. I don't know what's up with the Eastern Conference, but the Eastern Conference used to be the tough league. Now the toughness is in the West. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. Ant-Man came back. He on the court right now.
That's what I said.
Right now.
Earlier,
you got Tatum missing a game 7, and this goofy dude right here missing a critical game for. And now I'm not saying if you hurt, you hurt, but come on, bro.
No. If you hurt, you play. If you're injured, stay out.
Yeah,
that's the saying.
Right.
The coach will ask you, are you injured or are you hurt? If you hurt, come on, bro.
This basketball, bro. I done played on sprained ankles. You know what I'm saying? Hamstrings. You know what I'm saying? I got hit in the eye one time, had to wear the little mask or whatever. Like, we was out there hooping. Didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
If these dudes get a scratch, out.
The paper cut. Kiss it, mommy. I got a paper cut.
Out. Right. And I'm gonna say this, man, before we get off the move on from Knicks, right? Real quick. If I'm the Sixers, first of all, I think the Sixers are done in 5. I think they get one game in Philly, maybe game 4, and Knicks gonna close them out at MSG. Because I just don't see it with this team. And it's because of him and B. Tyrese Maxey and Edgecombe, those dudes you can build around. If I'm Philly, I'm getting rid of this dude.
I don't think anybody.
And I'm going to get me a big man in the draft and developing them alongside Maxey and Edgecombe.
I gotta ask Mitch what's his contract, because where is he going? I mean, I don't think anybody wants him. Like you said,
it might be tough, but you got to find a way to get to move on.
He one of them crystal little whatever that you put up.
Look, if the Lakers can get AD, if AD can get traded twice in the last year, somebody should take Embiid. Because Anthony Davis never plays.
Good point.
So, at least this dude's out here in a playoff game, somewhat playing. But I'm
maybe
I'm
come
finding
to the Nets. Trade him to the Nets.
Hell no. You out of your mind, bro. Yeah.
Yo, that would be hilarious, bro.
That's a good laugh right there. Yeah. We not fucking with Philly no more.
Yeah, no, I know.
Already got once with Ben Simmons and Harden.
On behalf of the Nets, I don't want this dude in New York. I don't want him in New York, period. He not New York. He already
talk shit about the fans. That shit applies to Brooklyn too, bro.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Nah.
Brooklyn is in New York, so that applies to, I take the shit personal too. Fucking B. I hope they lose. For real.
He said he a gut punch away from being retired.
Right.
Yeah, really. Oh my God.
Dude, corny,
I'll tell
man.
you what, I would love to see him put some football equipment on him and let him go out there. I tell you what, man.
I'll get folded over like a goddamn motherfucking lawn chair, bro.
See a dude my size.
Fold it up.
You talking about pancakes? You see a dude my size lifting him up, driving him to the ground, and standing spread leg right over him. Like you are bitch.
Straight up, man. But speaking of, where's my other side? Let's go to the Nets real quick. All right. So now Paolo Banchero is somebody we can talk about the Nets looking at because this is a guy right here, man, that was doing his thing in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He was doing the best he could anyway. All circumstances considered. So got an article here. These are just rumors. So it's just nothing, nobody's talking about anything, but I do think the Nets are gonna look to add a piece this off season along with whoever they take in the draft. So Paolo 26, 9, and 6 in the playoffs. Of course, he had a 38-point game, 45-point game. He has been a little streaky at times, but the Nets, the trade scenario for the Nets, and I don't know if I like this or not. Let me bring it up. So let's see. Let's get this one down. I got you, Pat. All right. So the first one is the Nets giving away MPJ. Let's bring it up a little bit more here. It's about as good as I can get it. And they trade 2027 first round pick, 29 first round pick, 30 first round pick, and a 32 first round pick. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth first round picks and Michael Porter Jr. I don't know if he worth all that. No. I don't know why NBA teams don't value their first round picks. They just throw them shits away like it is. Yeah, takes 5. How many you want? 6, 7, 8? How many can we give you? I don't know if I want to mortgage my future again. You've already done this several times over. So 1 or 2 first round picks and MPJ, maybe another piece or however you need to make the money work. All right, we could bring that to the table. 5 first round picks. What the Knicks complain about right now, those argument of all those picks for Mikal Bridges. Now, Mikal, to his credit, is playing better. So, but still a lot to give up for one player. I'm a little iffy on this. What you think, Coach?
I'm with you for this matter. Okay. The Knicks pick next year, you're going to expect it to be late. Now, I'm not saying a late first rounder is trash, but, you know, I mean, realistically, bro, I mean, if you're trying to in a sense, rebuild and rebrand your organization, that late rounder it's going to be more of a role player. Now, the reason why I'm hesitant is because of Houston, because we don't know what's going to happen with Houston. You don't know if they trade KD out, and you know all these up now.
He's gone. Yeah,
all these other players, they might stay in the late first rounders. Okay. So, you know, the 29, what is it? You get the 27 and the 29. So next year, okay, yeah. But the 29, you don't know what will happen. You know, even your 2030, that, you know, you guys are rebuilding. So that's only 4 years, 3-4 years away. You know, after this draft, it's literally 3 years. So it's like, you know, unless you're really in the playoff hunt, you know, you may be, and now you can't protect what is it now? You can't protect if it's like 12 and down. So
something like that. And look, they're redoing this lottery thing now. So that is something to keep in mind too. Because if they do the lottery, how they saying they're gonna do it, some of those teams could actually end up in the lottery, out from the play-in. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So it's right now. I'm just like, I don't know. Are going to
start to become more valuable to teams.
And don't forget the NIL in college. Some of these kids are making money, so if they know that they're going to be projected to go later, they may stay in college, and then you might get someone who's in the second rounder, you know, being bumped up into the first round. So it's like. Hold your horses, like you said. That's 5. Y'all killed us from Mikal. Banchero is a better player. Absolutely. Yes, definitely. Yeah. He's younger, but is he enough? Because no disrespect to him, he didn't pull the magic when Wagner went down, and they went to Game 7.
Yeah.
So he didn't carry that team to the next round. So it's like, is he really worth it right now?
He's not a true 1A. He's not a true.
No.
He's a star. He's not a superstar.
Superstar, exactly. And that's why I'm like, all that, Michael Porter Jr. and 5 picks. And like you said, with everything being changed, with the lottery and everything and the new format, it's like, yo, hold off. Don't be impetuous, man. Because you might cut your nose off and spite yourself, man. So I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Now, if you told me 2 or 3, I might be like, I might do that now.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I would do 2 picks and PJ, and then maybe another player in the deal or something.
Now, throw a second round or a couple second rounders in there. That's a different story. I could say, all right, I'm with you on that. But
they treat them like 7th rounders, coach. Like, that's how it is in the NBA. Yeah, they treat second rounders like 7th rounders. They throwaway picks for teams.
I can tell you from a Knicks fan, because that's where we got Diawara, and we gonna develop him, and he's a player.
Yeah. I was watching him in game 1. Yeah. Yeah, he got a shot on him. He's got some potential. All right.
I'm sorry. Back to the.
Yeah, we're gonna switch gears. I'm gonna get into the Mets real quick. I don't think our buddy's in the chat tonight, but I'm talking about the Mets right now. The Mets are up 3-0 over the Colorado Rockies. Now the Mets
got the worst record in baseball. Right?
The Mets have the worst record in baseball. They do. They have won 3 out of 4 though. That's my question. Can they actually get back on track? Because remember, my man's hasn't been playing. What's my man's name?
Lindor? Is it Lindor?
Lindor's been out. So Soto just came back, I believe, about a week ago. A little over a week ago. So they are getting good pitching from Peralta and Reed, I believe it is, as well as Holmes. So the Mets have, they have a decent McLean, Clay Holmes, of course, and Singer's on the DL, but they got some decent pitchers, and the pitching hasn't been a problem. It's been the hitting. Can they get back on track? Here's the question. Because right now, the New York Mets are 11.5 games behind the Braves. 11.5 already. 11.5. But only 6.5 out of the wild card spot. But you gotta leapfrog the entire NL pretty much to get there because you're in the bottom. We could see that look. Can they get back on track? Yes. Do I think they will get all the way back on track? No. And I think some heads is gonna have to roll, to be honest with you. You know what the Mets was funny about this Mets team?
What's that?
They got all these Yankees on there. All these Yankees. The manager, Mendoza, come from the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Juan Soto, your top guy, comes from the Yankees. Oh, Devin Williams, former Yankee. Luke Weaver, another former Yankee. Oh yeah, Clay Holmes. I think he's a former Yankee too. Oh, there's Mets. I'll give you 5 minutes, buddy. Let's get your inconsiderate rant, and then because I'm getting on these Mets because they want to be the Yankees so bad. Can't. That's exactly what they're trying to do. You're trying to be a big payroll team. You got the highest payroll in baseball, and you take all the Yankees players or ex-players and sign them to big contracts. You want to be like the Yankees. So I want to hear what the Mets fan has to say about that, because I'm calling y'all out right now. Y'all want to be like the Yankees. Well, your team does. I don't know about the fans. They probably hate the Yankees, but the Mets want to be like the Yankees, and I'm dead ass with that. This is crazy. Because you have a chance. You had a chance to build it the right way. Remember, you had some farm guys in your system, and you was doing it the right way. You know, bringing up your look at the last World Series team they had, where they had a lot of their farm guys was contributing, where they made the World Series. But this team right here, they just trying to be like the Yankees. That's it. You're trying to be like the Yankees, and it ain't working for you, New York Mets. It is not working for you guys. So tonight, though, they do got it working over the Rockies. So right now, 4-0 over the Colorado Rockies, who are just as bad as the Mets. Let me point that out. They have one more win than the Mets. They're gonna be tied after tonight. The Mets keep it up. So it's 4-0 Rockies. I mean Mets over the Rockies. The the wannabe Yankees. That's who they are. The wannabe Yankees. Come on in here, Mets. Get some of this work. What you got, buddy?
I'm just gonna say this. If anyone saw my OTD episode when I posted it the other day, you would know that basically this has been all Stern's machinations. From the moment he got in, what do you want to do? Destroy the core. But then they go on the miracle run that gets him to the 6th game of the league championship. So he's forced to keep him around. The problem is he undermines and is not willing to push the big buck button. You have over $460 million or whatever to play with, and you're not willing to give these players the big money. Then, when everything falls apart last June up until now, throw in the BS of political mantra in the locker room. That's when the opportunity knocks at the door to get rid of the pieces, because then he just basically lets this team get purged to fill in his own sick image. And I just got so fed up with this. I mean, you're right about one thing, Jimmy. The heads need to roll, regardless of how far out of the hole the Mets climb from when this season's over.
Do you realize the Mets have the second highest payroll in baseball?
Second only to the Dodgers? Yes.
Okay. So they're spending money. That's not the issue. The issue is
The front
underperforming the product on the field. You know what I'm saying? The players that you have, because again, like I pointed out, your pitching has been pretty good. It's been decent. It's these high price players that you bought in that ain't doing shit. Lindor, Bichetti, who's been trash. Bichette is what he should be called. He ain't been doing nothing and getting all that money. And then you got Juan Soto, you know, who's making a $1 billion, literally. So like,
but then there's another question.
These guys got to show up and perform. So
true, but
the
then
first change you got to start with, to be honest with you, again, I'm trying to get you New York fans off pointing a finger at the general manager all the time, which again, you made the moves you guys wanted pretty much. The problem is the players. That's really the problem. Now, the only way to really get the players in line is to change the coach or the manager.
Yeah,
so that's really where you need to start.
But then again, remember the problem. Stearns needs a shield, a puppet, and that's what Mendoza is, a puppet who can't even make a decision for himself. It's actually guys like Correa and the bench coaches that are making decisions for him.
All these guys are puppets. You seen the dude in Boston get fired. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people said he didn't deserve to get fired. Why did he get fired? Because the team was underperforming and they gotta let somebody take the heat for it. We've been dealing with this for years as Yankee fans. You preaching to the choir, brother. You know what I'm saying?
At least you guys have the players that can, at the minimum, get to the postseason and do it constantly.
Y'all been getting there too. Y'all just ain't won. Well, you didn't get there last year, but you should have got there. You had a huge lead. Y'all blew it, you know. So it's not. You got the talent. What I'm trying to tell you, Mets, is these players. They gotta put out. They gotta show up on the field. And if they're not showing up on the field, then there's something wrong in that clubhouse. And you gotta start, unfortunately, with the manager. And that's the one who takes the heat, unfortunately.
And the biggest issue here is that instead of owning up to the mistake, the front office is doubling down on Mendoza, and I don't want that bomb getting a contract extension.
The reason they're doubling down on him is because, like what you said,
they need a scapegoat.
Yeah. So when they're ready to make a change, he's going to be the one to go. But what they're saying right now is we don't want to change nothing. So they got to give him the vote of confidence to
keep the
going.
Fact that the fan base, including me, is giving Mendoza, with the way this season has gone, a vote of no confidence.
Yeah. I'm not I'm not too tapped in like you are, but what I do notice is the fact that you guys have decent talent and it's underperforming. So when I see a talented team that's underperforming, I have to go to management. And you start with the coaching. And because if talent was an issue, then I would go to GM Stearns and be like, all right, what the hell is wrong with you? But the talent's not the issue. It's the talent's underperforming, which leads me to think that there's some type of coaching issue, or that you maybe need to make a trade if somebody's really not bought in 100%. Coach,
or injury cover, or call them out for injury cover-ups. You know what I've been saying for months about Peterson?
Yeah. Coach, let Coach get in there.
Mets, you just said something. You said the players have been underperforming for the past couple of years. You just said that, correct?
Yes.
So if the players are underperforming, isn't that a coaching issue and not the general manager? Because if I understand correctly, Stearns is the general manager, right?
Yes.
So he's getting you the talent, but why is he to blame?
Because one of his biggest character flaws is he shows little to no loyalty to his fan base in regards to keeping the players that are the legacy players, the guys like the Nimos, the Alonzos, etc. around because, and again, this mostly boiled down to politics in the locker room, not anything he did. It's the Lindor's wife fiasco.
So, because he's not keeping fan favorite players who you guys are supporting around, and he's trying to bring in talent to win, you guys are upset with him. That's what it sounds like you're saying to me. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it incorrectly.
Yes.
But isn't the bottom line you're trying to win? You want to win a World Series, or do you want to have the legacy players around who you make? Because sometimes, remember, legacy players sometimes stay around a little bit too long, and they become a problem. And look, I can tell you from experience, I've heard a lot of fans say it. You know, they should have got rid of him instead of keeping him around. I.e., you know, the debate with Eli. You know, I mean. So I get where you're going, but based on what you just said, fans are upset because he didn't keep legacy players around, but he's trying to bring in talent, which you guys are saying you have, but now the manager is just not getting the most out of the players. Yeah. So to me, look, on the outside looking in, I would say when you talk about Mendoza, I think, okay, that's valid. But when you start talking about the GM, if he's getting the manager the talent and they're not producing, that's not the GM. That's coaching. Yeah, I'm telling you from a coaching background. That's on the coach. That's not on the GM. If he's getting now, like NYG just said, if he didn't get you talent, you have a valid argument. But if the only thing you're saying is you're upset because he got rid of legacy players, I'm sorry, bro. That y'all need to. Do y'all want to win or do y'all want to have the legacy players? Because if I'm a fan, what are Yankees fans always bitching about? We want championships. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not the legacy player. I mean, we love them. Don't get me wrong. But when your time is done, hit the road, Jack. Hit the road.
Hey, check it out. Pete Alonso is hitting 225 with 7 home runs, 20 RBIs on the 17 and 20 Orioles. Like, it's not like that dude's not killing it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to. You can let those players go. It's the same thing I talk about with Giants fans. You know, with Dexter Lawrence and Saquon Barkley and all these guys. Like, look, you will get over a player if your team is winning. The reason you're mad is because the team's losing, but it's not due to the fact that you don't have those players. These players aren't going to, like, Pete Alonso is not going to put the Mets at the top of the NL if he's on the roster right now. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of other issues going on with that team, and that's all me and Coach trying to point out. But I'm gonna let you get the. Go ahead, Coach.
Say this to you, Mets. You and I know you follow the Giants, you know, with what's going on. And what's one of the biggest complaints about Giants fans that has happened, that they let players go to other teams and they produce. Now, if that was the case, yes, you were so right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, especially when you consider, but I think the biggest problem with all our teams, whether it's the Yankees, the Mets, the Giants, it's been the coaching. I mean, with Boone, he's too tied down by analytics. With anyone that has been brought into the Giants for the last few years, up until Harbaugh, just saying up to, since Coughlin left and up to Harbaugh's arrival, none of them have been qualified for the spot. And with them, It's a twofold problem. One, ever since Collins left, the majority of the guys stepped down in 17. Most of the guys they brought in, Yankee holdovers. Sans Mickey Callaway, but let's leave him in the slammer. And again, also, with the exception of Showalter, none of them have been qualified.
So that's where I will say to you, my suggestion is redirect your frustration and your anger away from your GM. Be honest. Take a step back. Look at your GM's job. What has he done? Has he gotten you the talent? If you can honestly say to yourself, he has gotten you the talent, then bro, you need to move on from being upset with him and focus on I've heard you say it. Mendoza got to go. And
the fact, but it frustrates me because fans want him to stab Mendoza in the back, to take the knife, drive it in, twist it, or take it across the throat and slash it. But he just doesn't want to do it because he needs a damn shield.
Or is it ownership telling him not to do it? Sometimes we don't know. As fans, we don't know. So, I mean, again, you may be right. He's too loyal to him. But we don't know. It could be ownership. Ownership is like, no, I don't want him to go as yet. So again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. So
same deal.
I get it, Coach. But I'm just saying, you look at Philadelphia, they fired Ron Thompson, and now Don Mattingly has a chance of redeeming himself from how Miami screwed him over with this run in Philadelphia.
Take a bright approach to it. Think about this. What if this season, it's already gone sideways. You ride out the season with Mendoza, you let him go at the end of the season, and then maybe you can get Alex Cora to come in and be your manager. Because maybe the Phillies will hang on to Don Mattingly if he's doing a good job. That's what you hope. And maybe you can
right now they're 6 and ever since he took over, 6, 7 and 1.
Right, yeah, they're winning. So maybe you guys can get the inside track on Alex Cora, who is a very, very good manager by all baseball aficionados that I listen to talk about him. And just seeing him in Boston for all those years helped that team win. So
that was even with this.
All right, but
wasn't the rumor they'd use that to win the title in 2018?
Yeah,
talking about the Astros.
Yeah, I know.
Astros was 7.
I hate. I hate. Yeah, I do. But all right. Want to dive into this? You can stay on for this. Just gonna talk a little bit about John Sterling. R.I.P. to the late great John Sterling. When I was a child, we had TV. Obviously, I'm not that old, but we did listen to the radio a lot. In the car, on the train, just wherever, even in the Walkman, at the game. You know what I'm saying? And I know John Sterling, Marv Albert, you can name just iconic figures that you always replay their calls in your head, so man passed, I believe it was he was 87
yeah,
87 years old. So
every time I did I've done a Yankee call on my channel. Whenever they win, I pay my tribute to John, doing the whole ball game over. The Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Yep, that is his call.
It is.
It is gone. Yeah, it's a home run. A-bomb from A-Rod.
All right, here comes the judge.
A judgy home run.
Wow.
Yeah. He gave us some good. Liners there. So yeah, I can remember the first time I went to a Yankees game, and my man Gary and Greg, who took me, we had our radios, even though we were on the first main, and we were literally 2 rows up behind the Yankees dugout. Still had our head listening to John Sterling, man. So
I only went to Yankee Stadium once, 92. I was 5. It was part of a scout troop field trip. But I'm sure my dad had a portable radio on him with my brother and a friend of ours that were part of the troop, and we sat in and listened to that game and witnessed it.
Yeah.
But after that, it wasn't until 96 I actually became a Met fan. It was part of a school thing I went to. There was a school up in the Hillcrest section of Queens. Every spring we go to at least one Met game, and that's how I became a Mets fan.
I missed that, yo. I'm glad you said that, man, because that's how I used to go to Yankees games. Like, they would take us to sports games, and to that's how we all became fans. You know what I'm saying? We got to go to a Yankees game. You know what I'm saying? We would get to go to Mets games or Knicks games or something. So, like that's how we became fans back in the day, and just like you said, just hearing that on the radio. I remember, times we couldn't get the game. We would just all huddle up and listen to it. All right, what's going on? Yeah, and everybody would just explode, jump around because we won. We'd be on the train cutting up, so definitely R.I.P.
Now John's in that. John's down that booth in the sky alongside old Vinny and Harry.
Yep. So, R.I.P. John Sterling. Salute. All right, we're going to get into our culture segment. Appreciate you tapping in, Mets. That's all we got for the baseball tonight. But yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff, buddy. Appreciate you. All right. So tonight we are going to get into something a little dangerous. Yeah, dangerous things, crazy, wild little things you did as a kid, child, teenager, whatever. I thought this one would be fun just to, I don't know. I've been feeling like reliving my childhood lately. So I always get to these little subjects thinking about things and how they used to be. But I guess that's the product of getting a little older. So we're going to get into that top 5 dangerous activities as a kid. Culture segment coming right up, man. Let's hit it, Pat. All right, man. So again, top 5 most dangerous activities as a kid, or things you did or whatever. Who went first last week? I can't.
No, you going first. You going first. You going first.
Bro, put me on the spot. All right, it was my subject, so let's get into it. All right. Top 5 most dangerous acts as a kid. So I lived in a city, and again, she was borderline crazy, but we made things fun and we did things to try to, because your parents made you go outside, could sit at home, be on your smartphone, be in there just chilling, watching, Netflix. We ain't have all that. So we had to go outside and make things happen. So let's get into it. Dangerous activities as a kid. I'm gonna explain these because I'm gonna have to explain some of this. But go ahead. Let's get to number 5.
Number 5.
All right. Riding on the back of the bus and the train. So we sometimes you didn't have your bus pass. So you hop that, you wait for that bus to pull off. You ran up on that joint and you held on to the. Again, don't recommend doing any of this. Please do not try this at home. That's why we said dangerous. And then the train, like we would cut through the train cars, you know what I'm saying? And hop trains, you know what I'm saying? So, but really the bus thing was the move. You got on that bus, you would see kids holding on. It'd be like 3 or 4 kids holding on to the bus. They clean a lot of this stuff up in New York. Like I said, this was the 90s, but we always jumped on the back of the, more so the bus than the train. But we did catch the back of the train every once in a while too. It would pull off. We would just hop on. Whatever. Conductor catch you. They want. But nevertheless, let's go to number 4.
Number 4.
All right, I put stunts, flips, and jumps because that's what I did. A lot of things involving jumping. So we used to flip over shit, whatever we could find, whether it was a car, a fence, or whatever. I put the other image up there because you know how you used to be a fake wrestler and you would find something high to climb up on, and then you would jump down and do that flying elbow. Boom! Man, we tore people up doing shit like this. I say dudes get their head split trying to do a flip. Dude didn't make it over the car, tried to jump over the car, flipped over the car. Like, yeah, but we tried it. We tried it all. And we used to call them stunts or tricks. We used to do it wherever we find something that we could jump over or flip off the top of. That's what we do it. We want to see who could do it and who couldn't. Some people would chicken out. So it did make it, you know what I'm saying? It did make it fun and interesting to see who could get it done or who was willing to do some of this stuff. But my dumb ass tried it all. Let's go to number 3.
Number 3.
Your bike was your best friend, man. So love riding bikes, man. We used to pop wheelies in traffic. That's the graphic you see there. We rode the bikes through the train stations, on the tracks. Like, yeah, it was. We did a lot with bikes. Bikes was a big thing. Whether you popping wheelies, you doing flips, jumps. You know what I'm saying? We used to make ramps, fly off the ramp. You know what I'm saying? Like, so bike tricks was real back in the day. You know, wasn't no BMX bike type shit where they doing all the weird tricks. It was just more or less that we used to ride our bikes in weird places and strange places, and you know, we was always popping wheelies in the street. We used to have competitions, see who could wheelie the longest. And you know, of course, you know, people fell on their ass, face, got hit by cars, shit like that. That's why it's number 3. On them bikes. All right, let's go to number 2.
Number 2.
Now this one was really dangerous. We used to jump from rooftop to rooftop in New York. Now this one's, the graphics is a little because I made it cartoonish because the AI was like, you can't be doing this dangerous stuff here. So I said, well, make it like a cartoon, make it fun. But we actually did this shit. Jump rooftop to rooftop, building to building. And that's how you could get in another building, just going from the top, jump over, and then go in and go down, you know what I'm saying? Going from the top, from the roof, you know? Also, this was a good way to escape from someone, if you know what I mean. So definitely rooftop jumping was not definitely something, like I said, would not recommend anyone do this. Don't try this at home, but we did it. And you got to think, wasn't no townhome. We talking 20, 30, 40, 50 floors up in some situations. So yeah, I was a bad, wild little MF. Let's get to number 1.
Number 1.
All right. Yep. The dangerous one of them all, playing with dynamite. So we had these things called M1000s, as you see. We called them blockbusters. Some called them M80s, but these ain't M80s. M80s was small. This was a quarter stick of dynamite. We blew shit up. Trash cans, payphones, threw them in the water. You threw them down in people's apartments, like, yeah, blowing shit up with dynamite. It's probably my number 1 most dangerous thing I ever did. This is literally a quarter stick of dynamite. You put 4 of them together, which we did, wrap them together, light it, boom. That was my first introduction to firecrackers, dog. One of them little fucking sparkler shits you buy at the fucking store. It was this. People can confirm this that really know me. So yeah, top 5 most dangerous things I did as a kid: playing with dynamite, jumping rooftops, bike tricks, stunts, flips, and jumps over anything, and hitching a ride without paying on the bus or the train. Coach.
Mm-hmm. It's a good
Wild, stupid. How dumb was it?
good list. 2 of them were basics with me, man. The bikes, I mean,
Yeah.
because we used to do wheelies, and we used to ride down to the corner, and we did riding wheelies turning the corner.
Yeah.
Ride all the way up. I mean, that was normal. And then, you know, all jokes aside, I mean, we was doing JPP shit way back in the day. Like what you just said there, that was nothing, man. That's
we're trying to bring people into our culture, though, Coach.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I got
That's
you.
why we do this. You know what I'm saying? We know what time it is, though. Yeah.
I can't believe you got me into this, bro. I mean, you talking about you was bad? You about ready to see another side of Coach? And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Seriously, I did not put the most dangerous thing that I ever did on this list. I just trust and believe it's nothing to really be for me to be proud about and talk about. You know, none of these are, but you know, these are
the
ones I'm about ready to show you. These are mild. Seriously, and you're gonna be like, "Damn, coach, you did that." But all right, I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
All right, man. Yeah, you up?
All right. Starting with number 5.
Number 5.
I've talked about it on here before. It's the story about where I got into a fight with one of my friends, and you know, he hit me, I hit him, he hit me back, and my friends broke it up. My dad came home, they told my dad, he pulled out, he went in the house, got the belt, and said I was supposed to go beat his ass, and took me up the street. And when I say I beat the kid, broke ribs, busted up his nose, knocked out teeth. I mean, I literally blacked out. My dad was scared, had to yank me off of the kid and take me home. And dude's father wanted to, you know, was arguing with my dad. If it wasn't for our moms talking, you know, settle everything down. But, you know, it also kind of earned me my street cred, because everybody knew, don't mess with Scotia. I mean, don't mess with Ed, because, you know, he get his dad. If his dad hear about it, he gonna whoop his butt, and he gonna really hurt somebody. So, yeah. So that's it. That's me kind of earning my street cred. So, going on to number 4.
Number 4.
Went to the local Acme and got busted for stealing candy. And this whole range that I'm talking about, I'm literally 10 to about 15. But here, you know, I was around 11. And back then, 1978, they took the kid's name. They didn't call home or anything. They just took your name. Where did you live? And they banned you from the store by yourself unless your parents were with you. So yeah, I was scared. I thought they would call my parents and I was gonna get ass whooping. But yeah, me and a few of my friends, yeah, we was those little characters, man, and I got busted with it. So there you have it. Going to number 3.
Number 3.
Another one where I got in trouble because I was egging and throwing toilet paper at a house with my friends. And we left, and literally 3 minutes later, the police picked us up. And it was actually the next town over I was in. And that town was predominantly white. So you kind of get what's going on. And they called my dad. And he had to come down, and he was disgusted with me. And I also was riding a bike at the time, so I had to ride my bike all the way with my dad following me in the car. He didn't put my bike in the trunk and then drive me. He said, you're going to ride, because then it was a long ride. It was a long ride, about an hour ride. So, same time frame, 11 years old. So, and the only thing I will say, my dad ain't whooped my butt. It was the summertime. I was in my room the whole summer. I could not come out. Even the start of school, I could not come out. I had to stay in my room. So, yeah, I was a delinquent. So, next one, number 2.
Number 2.
I was actually in a gang when I was 14, 15. We were called the Sloan Boys. And in Plainfield, we used to go to the West End and fight the West End boys. And yeah, it was something serious. So, this was in 1982. So, and it was, starting to get serious, and my mom's found out, and she didn't want to tell my dad. So she pleaded with me, and me and my brother, we ended up leaving the gang, but we were in it for 2 years, man. And we got into a lot of fights, man. Serious fights, chains, baseball bats, you name it. Yeah. I even saw somebody get stabbed in one of the fights. So, yeah, this was real dangerous, man. So there you have that. And coming in at number 1.
Number 1.
At the age of 13, I took my dad's Chevy Caprice and I went over to the corner store, which literally was, went down from my block to the main strip, turned the corner, went 2 blocks past the Burger King to the little corner strip, and got me candy, and then drove back home. And I got caught because my mother ended up coming home. My dad, because he was in the Air Force Reserve, so he was away for the weekend, and she was crying because she was surprised I took my dad's car, and she was so worried that I would get in a car accident. But back then, my dad used to take us down to Virginia, and we would drive at our great grandfather's farm. I mean, I was driving. I mean, I was bigger than my parents. I could reach the pedals. I knew exactly what to do. Growing up as a kid, our dad used to sit us on the lap, and we would handle the steering wheel while he would handle the pedals. And then when he took us down there, he actually taught me how to drive on a stick. So this was automatic, so it was easy to drive. I was 13, I was just like, I mean, and if you ever saw the Bad News Bears, there's one kid that was always taking the truck, and he was driving, and I got caught, but yeah, that was me driving on the road too with other cars. So I could use the signals and everything, but I did it. So there you have it. How dangerous I live. So I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, you talk about you was dangerous.
Nah. Actually, I experienced pretty much everything on your list, but I never took my pop's ride. Like I wasn't going there. He let us drive, but he was in the car.
Yeah.
You wasn't just joyriding in his shit. That ex-military, like you said. Just grab you up. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Not
and everything I just said is my
like,
words.
I wasn't in the gang. We had a little fake gang. You know what I'm saying? But I knew actual real gang members. And we used to slap box, like I said, in the candy thing. Like, yeah, I think everybody did that. Like, we used to go in there and clean up.
Yeah, my dumb ass got caught too, because I went in wearing the old 1970 big blue wool. I mean, with it's kind of hard. It's not a bomber jacket, but it was in the 70s. You had it had the orange lining inside, and you always had the zipper inside, and mine had a hole in it. So
yeah,
and then that in my dumb ass, instead of just taking a few things, mine was packed. You could tell I had shit in there. It was just like, I was greedy. And it was just, if I'd have just taken a few little things, I think I would have been fine. But nah.
Yeah, we used to have the bubble.
I was dangerous.
The bubble goose.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You just walk out.
So yeah, Coach wasn't always a good kid.
Now they, it's been times, they come out. We were so goddamn fast. I was a true athlete, bro. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not bragging or anything, but like all that flipping and jumping, I'm telling you, like, it's because I was an athlete. Like, I could do it. I could run. I could jump. I played basketball. Like, yeah, you wasn't catching us. Like, we we never got caught doing that type of stuff. Now, what got me caught was people, but we ain't never get caught by the man. Like, it wasn't catching us. Crazy. You know, we running down the sideline like Justin Jefferson.
Well, unfortunately, where I was at is going in a white town. You know, it wasn't. You're out here.
Yeah. I didn't run into that until I came to Virginia.
Exactly.
But, you know, I was like 18 by that time. But yeah, that's it. Coach's segment. Dangerous acts as a kid, man.
We ain't gonna hear about the dangerous one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's things that obviously we did not disclose, but we'll be bringing you more fun top 5 lists like that on.
That wasn't fun.
Culture.
Fun at all, man. I should have said no. After I thought about it, I should have just said no. But,
I asked you.
Yeah, no, you did.
All right, let's get into Coach's Corner, man, and we're gonna wrap this up.
Make it.
We're gonna bring in Pat for our admissions and errors. All right, let's get into it. Coach's Corner.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Try and make this real quick. This Coach's Corner. So, keep it real simple. We're gonna talk about the Liberty a little bit and the college teams. We're gonna introduce a new program. We, part of the tri-state area. I'm gonna keep out all the other ones for this time being. So, but starting up with the first slide, we're gonna talk about Miss Tina Charles. A legend from New York. She's retiring. She just announced it this week that she's retiring from the league. She's an 8-time All-Star. She's the WNBA's all-time leader in rebounds with 4,262. She's number 2 in scoring behind Diana Taurasi with 8,396 points. She played 15 years in the league in the W. Now, she's played internationally, but she played 15 years in the W for 6 different franchises. You can see it there. Connecticut, the Liberty, the Mystic, the Mercury, Seattle, and most recently Atlanta. She helped the U.S. win 3 Olympic gold medals as well as 3 World Cup championships. She earned the WNBA MVP honors in 2012. She was the league's top scorer in 2 seasons. And she also, off the court, established the Opie's Heart Foundations in honor of her aunt who passed away. So she stated, today I officially announced my retirement from basketball, 15 years at the professional level, and a lifetime of love for this game. I've experienced the highest of highs and the lowest lows, and I'm thankful for all of it. Through it all, I learned how to show up. When doubt got loud and narratives were written about me, I kept showing up. That's the New Yorker in me, where resilience is built, not talked about. Charles was a number 1 overall pick by the Connecticut Sun in 2010 after leading the UConn Huskies to consecutive NCAA championships in 2009, 2010. She was also the AP Player of the Year in 2010. So congratulations on a well-deserved retirement. Thank you for everything that she's done to the game, the women's game, the contributions. And next up, Hall of Fame, I believe. So now we're going to move over to our New York Liberty. Sabrina Ionescu recently, she sprained her ankle in the final preseason game this weekend against the Connecticut Sun. Now she's going to be out at least 2 weeks to start the season. Now she's going to be reevaluated after those 2 weeks, with the hope that there's going to be progress and that she'll be able to make her season debut after that. So, got to keep an eye out for her from there. So, we'll be talking more about that with Leaf and Kay tomorrow on WNBA She Got Game. So tune in tomorrow 7 o'clock in reference to that. The Liberty also made cuts today, getting down to 12 players. Now, currently, as the roster is constructed, you have Sabrina, Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, Benijah Laney Hamilton, Satu Sabali, Rebecca Gardner, Rebecca Allen, Raquel Carrera, Paulina Allister, Maureen Johannes, Leonie Phoebus, and Han Zhu. They're all on the 12 players from the roster. You also have Maureen Falfax. I hope I said her name. She's on the developmental squad. There's one spot left on the developmental squad, and a lot of the fans that I'm in connection with, they're hoping for Anelli Mali. She was cut today, but she was one who she came up from Australia. Down there, she scored, I think, like 65 points in the most recent game. They love her game, so it's a lot of hope that she's brought back to that open spot. Now, Friday starts the regular season as they play host to the Connecticut Sun. So now with Sabrina out, also Satu Sabali is day-to-day, and I believe there's one more player who might be injured. Not sure. I'm waiting to get the report. And I believe Carrera and Phoebus are overseas right now. They're not actually on the here on the roster because they're honoring their international commitment, but they'll be coming soon. So the Liberty are going to start the season short-handed. So, it's going to be tough. And Connecticut is going to be a tough one. They're young, but they're also led by what's her name? What's her name? 6'8". She played with. I forgot her name. But it's going to be a tough game to start the season anyway. So, to finish this out on the Liberty, former Liberty, Natasha Cloud, who was not picked up for most of the preseason, she actually signed with Connecticut this week. She signed for, I believe, $550,000 on a 1-year contract. So it's good for her because, there was talk that she was being blackballed and teams in the league didn't want to sign her possibly for her political views, and her social views. So, but I'm glad to see that she picked up and I hope she does well. I'm going to miss her here in New York. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move on and introduce the new college program. I'm going to start talking about more UConn, the UConn Huskies. They're part of the tri-state area, so we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on them. So, in some football news, former quarterback Joe Fagnano, he was invited to a rookie camp with the Baltimore Ravens. He's actually going to be battling former Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Vega for the first chance at the number 3 quarterback position, and it's going to be an interesting battle. So we're going to see what happens as it goes along. At UConn, Fagnano, he threw for last year for 3,448 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So that's telling you that he's a pretty good quarterback. So hopefully he can latch on or maybe catch on to someone's practice squad. So I'll keep an eye out on him. Other Huskies who received rookie minicamp invites are kicker Chris Freeman with the Houston Texans, tight end Lou Hansen with the tight end Lou Hansen, linebacker Donovan Branch, and punter Connor Schultz with the Kansas City Chiefs, and cornerback Devin Pringle with the Chicago Bears. So I'll just keep an eye out on them because they all have a rookie minicamp invite. See how things transpire with them. Now in men's basketball, the UConn's men's announced their addition of 4 impact transfers for this coming season: Oscar Gilte, Najai Hines, Nicholas Kamania. There will be sophomores for the Huskies coming in, and then Nils Machowski, he's coming in for his senior season. So UConn, they always keep reloading. So see how these guys contribute. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out on Hines because he's from my high school, and he transferred from Seton Hall, so we'll see how he does. So, with that being said, that's going to be it today for Coach's Corner. I just wanted to keep it simple and sweet. So, and turning it back over to you, NYG.
All right, man. Good stuff, Coach. Shout out to Tina Charles, man.
Mm-hmm.
She been doing her thing for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Do remember her? Can't believe she was still playing in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So salute to her. Definitely a pioneer in the game. Pat, where you at? How we do tonight, bro?
Yeah, you guys did quite well. DJ Reader signing with the Giants. I think that's a huge thing with the New York Giants. It's going to be a free for all. Coming to the sexy fatties, as Coach like to say, with the defensive tackle position. You signed Shelby Harris, DJ Reader, Leaky Fotu. You guys missed on the guy that we claimed out waivers from the Bengals, whatever his name is. Defensive tackle from the Bengals. We claimed him off waivers.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't think of that cat's name.
Got Travis in the 6th round. I think they brought in 3 or 4 defensive tackles and undrafted free agency. So when you got Chapman, oh man, Robertson Harris still there, Alexander still there. You got Tui Palutu still there. Like 3 other guys. It's like 13, 14 defensive tackles going to be fighting for roster spots. So it should be exciting. Definitely for Coach. I know you're going to be checking out the preseason, seeing who's stopping the run and who's doing the 2 gaps and everything. Now, for the coaches segment, I did everything that you guys were talking about. Every last thing, even jumping the roofs, believe them or not. Stealing from the candy store, yes. Most definitely. Got a couple of Snickers in our back pockets back in the day. One of the crazy things is stealing from the store. I don't know if y'all remember, man. It was a game store. This is when we was in North Carolina and East Chicago. It was a game store where they had the old Nintendo game. You could steal those games when they're too. Eric got caught. When I say that was one of the worst whoopings I have ever seen in history of whooping. That boy got a belt, a extension cord, a switch, a hanger. Like, good God Almighty! I ain't stealing no more. And then one thing, climbing trees. We used to climb trees.
Yeah. I did that, bro, too. But I was thinking, I was like, I want to keep it city. Like, but like when we went to Virginia, because I like Coach, like when you was like, your dad used to take you to Virginia, I was like, yeah, my dad used to do that too. Every summer we went to Virginia. Why you think I'm in Virginia? You know what I'm saying? I got family down here. So when we used to go to Virginia, that was one of the main things we used to climb trees. We did it in New York too, but not as often. We climbed fences.
Yeah,
in New York.
Fences, putting the shirts over the barbed wire, climbing the fence. Willie's doing the bikes. He used to go down this huge hill though. You go this huge hill, you used to be around. You used to be so high.
Yeah, y'all probably had more hills in Chicago than we did in New York.
Yeah, my mom saw that. She said, "What the hell are y'all doing?" Chewy broke his arm, and we had to stop doing that. Shout out to Eric, man. He used to get messed up. My older cousin Eric, he fell out that tree. He hit every branch. Through the tree. What did he break? He broke. I forgot. I think he broke his arm too, if I'm not mistaken. I broke my ankle doing the bike thing. Man, we used to do some dumb stuff, bro. And as far as I told y'all before, when I was like 5, 6, I used to catch the city bus by myself going to kindergarten in first grade. Catch the city bus when I was in Chicago. And little did I know, I was running packs as a kid. So, hey, little fat dude, come here. So I wasn't scared at all. I was cool with everybody. And like, run this over here to do dirty hands real quick. Not to say their real name, but run that over there real quick. All right, I got you. Here, get you some snacks, little fat man. And my uncle, you know, they was like, what you doing with my nephew out here? And that was a huge problem. So it is what it is, man. We all got past, man. I'm not ashamed of my past, man. I'm the man I am today because of my past, you know. So the show was dope, man. I always love the coaching segment. So it is what it is, man. But y'all did great. Only thing we missed was the guy that we claimed off waivers from the Cincinnati Bengals.
Got you. Yeah, man.
I got.
Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, man, that's all we got for tonight. Man Cave will be back for Knicks game 3. So definitely check out right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. I'll be back Sunday for Giants Convo. So go check that out. Coach, I know you got WNBA's got game
tomorrow, and then I got whatchamacallit,
halftime coaching adjustment.
Sugar Shack. You got the Knicks and the Liberty playing literally at the same time.
Shame on.
No. I mean, it's playoff time for the Knicks, so I mean, it is.
That's
what it
scheduling,
is.
though. You know what I'm saying?
The Liberty is starting this season, so I mean, you can't control it because of how the first round played out. So
yeah.
So you know,
and the Liberty play at Barclays. So
yeah. So because I was thinking, I was like, can I whatchamacallit, but then I forgot the Knicks are playing Friday, so that's why I was just looking. I was just like,
I forgot the Liberty play at Brooklyn.
Yeah, so I might let me see. They play. I might just stream them on yeah, they're not playing Saturday, they're playing Sunday. Well, I might do Sunday at 3.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You got a whole season.
I can't because the Knicks are playing at 3:30. Oh my gosh!
On Sunday? How they playing Saturday and Sunday?
No, and what I'm saying, the Knicks are playing. They're both playing Friday and Sunday. They play Friday
at the same time. Yeah,
Friday,
I know the Knicks play Sunday because I think the lottery is before the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
Because I'm gonna do the lottery. Man Cave will do the game, but I'm gonna do I'm gonna stream the lottery.
You know what?
Because we want to see where the Nets pick. So we'll be doing the lottery. We'll be doing Giants conversation. Coach will have a game for you.
Even on Liberty played 10 o'clock on Tuesday. While the Knicks are playing at 7, or it says to be announced. So it's going to be at 7. I know it is.
Yeah. No, Leaf. Tap in after the show if you can. I want to holler at you, but he said the lottery is 3 p.m. 3 p.m. So, oh yeah, Leaf doesn't think the Nets will get the top 3 pick.
Gotta do one of the Liberties.
I have optimism, cautious optimism. But again, seeing what happened to the Rangers, who had the 3rd best odds and ended up 5th in the NHL. That's why I said that earlier. If y'all was paying attention. Yeah, it kind of brought my optimism down a little bit lower. Closer to where Leafs at right now. But yeah, if you got 5 minutes, hit the link. But we about to close out this show though. But I want to rap with you. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight, man. Again, check us out. We'll be here all week long. Giants Convo, WNBA, NBA, as well as right back next week for another edition of Heart of the City. But that's all I got. Take us out, Pat.